Leadership is not about position, style, title, or even flowchart. It is about one's life influencing another. And this is a quote by John C. Maxwell. And interestingly enough, this is the same opening statement of a manifesto that brought my guest into power as the 8th SRC president of Heritage Christian University. I am going to talk to a young, daring, handsome man who is now, at the helm of affairs of the Student Representative Council. His name is His Excellency EMMANUEL DAMPAH. But to most students, you would refer to him as E.D.D with a chant, "We day for you," or "Onyonkoda Newoda." If you are a current student, this is the opportunity for you to get to know your president the most. And also, if you're a prospect, this is to tell you about student leadership style at Heritage Christian University. At the end of the video, I have a popular mentorship program for you or all SHS leavers that you would want to, get some information out of so that you can register and be part of Heritage Christian University. My name is Ohenobanu, and I'll be talking to His Excellency EMMANUEL DAMPAH. Stay tuned. Welcome, His Excellency EMMANUEL DAMPAH.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adams.
Your name sounds very heavy.
Yeah.
Has anybody told you about that before?
No, I think you're the first person telling me.
I got my first coin. So it's almost or above 2 months into office now.
No, it's a month into office.
A month into office.
A month into
What do we look forward to our 100th day in office? What should we be expecting to hear from the E.D.D administration?
Okay, and so I would say by then we should have put a lot of structures in place.
Okay.
And so the free sanitary pad initiative will be coming to life by then.
So we're going to start with the free sanitary pad. But before we go into the details of what you want to do for the student here, let's delve a little bit into your life a bit, right? So take us through education back when you were younger. Which primary school did you start with, SHS, and to here?
Okay, and so I attended Potential Skills Academy, a school located in Kwashiman, right, from crèche through to JHS, and then I completed POSA, we'll call it POSA, and then attended St. Peter's Senior High School, that's Pest School, right. I studied General Science at Pest School, and then by the grace of God, I'm here at Heritage offering Bachelor of Science in Information Technology.
Okay, that's what informed your decision of doing science, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology.
Okay, so for IT, I would say I've always been a lover of computer. I always want to understand how things work, right? And so right from my young age, you see me asking questions. How are we able to call people? How are we able to send messages across the world, right? And so that curiosity led me to choose IT here at Heritage.
A little birdie tells me that you are one of the smartest, in fact, the top student in your IT class or department as of now. How true is that?
I don't think it's true. I don't think it's
you
true.
Sure?
No, I don't think it's true. Oh, I mean, we have gurus in the class. I'm just a little boy in my corner.
A little boy with all these beard all going there. I need for you to be dated right now. But tell me, how have you found Heritage to be so far? Since this is your 4th year, going to your 4th year. How have you found Heritage so far?
Okay, and so I would say Heritage is a community. It's a community filled with people who love, people who are there for you. And so I'll just say, yes, basically Heritage is that family that everyone needs in their life.
Your expectation coming to the school and your expectations now, do they tally? When you were coming to the school, because I know your daddy works here as well, so automatically it will be a great deal for you to also come to where your father works as well to do your studies. How has the expectations been like for you?
And so honestly, I would say that even though my dad works here, my sister attended this school. I never had it in my plans to come to Heritage. I mean, I knew Heritage, but as a first school boy, it's either you're going to tech or you're going to leg, right? And so coming to Heritage, trust me, even when I came for orientation, I just didn't believe I was in Heritage, I had friends, I'm at tech, I've gone to Legon, when are you coming and all? And so even on my first day, I was still like, am I making the right decision? But then, I'm here, and I would say if I'm given the chance to choose schools, I'll definitely choose Heritage, trust me.
Would you choose Heritage because you're the SRC president now, or you would choose it genuinely because you love the feel of Heritage now?
I love Heritage, trust me. And so it's not because of being SRC president. I always tell people, and so people who know me would attest to that fact, that I always say that the next time you have to choose schools, I'll be coming to Heritage.
Now let's turn to the fun part. If I was supposed to get a perfect gift for the SRC president, EMMANUEL DONKOR, what would you most likely want us to get you as a birthday gift?
For now, I'd say money. For now, I'd say money. But a perfect birthday gift for me, money.
Money.
Yeah, money.
Not car, not a plane and all those stuff.
Oh no.
Or a PS5.
Okay. That
See,
that works.
everybody's secret is a PS5.
Yeah, that works.
But that works. Now let's get to business, because you are occupying one of the serious positions in student leadership role in Heritage. In any other school, it will be like the next in command to the president of the school, because you would most likely have a know-how of what is happening to students, and you have to communicate that to management so that things will be put in place. How do you feel about being the SRC president? And let's talk about the process of becoming one.
Yeah. And so, it's very challenging, right? People get to see you and they're like, oh, Ima, you're looking good. Are you enjoying SRC? But trust me, it's a headache, right? I go to bed, I can't sleep. I'm thinking, what's next to do? You have to meet this, you have to do that. And so it's a burden, trust me. But I believe that with God's help, we'll sail through.
Yeah.
And so I've always thought of helping Heritage, right, in my own small way. And so when I finally realized that, I was in Heritage and I was going to live my 4 years in Heritage, I just decided to help in whatever way I could help.
Okay.
And so I think being the SRC president offers me that platform to help Heritage in a way. I would say it was a very competitive journey, right, to becoming SRC president.
Tell us about it.
Okay, and so I faced a strong and a tough opponent, right? Yeah, even though we are friends, it was healthy, and then it was competitive. It wasn't easy getting people, At night, you are called to go to this hostel, visit this person, meet this person. And trust me, I tell my friends that last semester was very difficult. Trust me, academic-wise, it was very, very difficult. Because I entered the library, I say, oh, today I'm going to learn this, learn that. I open my laptop, I take my book, I'm about to learn. Someone calls me, hey, please, you have to see this person. Have you gone to see this person? And then you see that person, and the whole day, trust me, you are seeing people, you are talking to people, you are thinking of what to do next, you are asking questions, right? And so it wasn't very easy, but here we are today.
But in the process of getting to know people and all that, did you enjoy doing this stuff, or you had to do it because you wanted to be the president of the university?
Okay, and so if you know Ima, you know that Ima likes people.
Yeah.
And so even though it was challenging, I would say it was fun. It was fun meeting people. And trust me, the more you meet people, the more you see potentials and you hear wisdom, right, from people. And so it was difficult, but it was fun.
What do you believe in politics to be truthful? Let me put it that way. Do you believe that if you're doing politics, you have to be truthful all the time, or you have to date someone to get what you have? I am privileged to be in the same community with you, and I see a lot that goes on in the community platform. And trust me, if you're part of Heritage and you're not in the student community platform, you're missing out a lot, because that is where students actually have fun, channel their grievances and say their minds. Yeah. Would you say that this particular election that you had was true and fair?
Yeah, I would say it was true and fair, right? I'm someone that doesn't like chaos. I don't like violence and all, right? And so I would say that politics does not have to be dirty, right? You don't have to pull someone down to rise. And so it's all about our opinions, our ideas, our ideologies, right? And so I think speaking them out, talking to people, influencing people's decisions, right? It's enough. You don't have to fight someone. And initially, I actually didn't want to compete with someone because of the fights, the quarrels, this person has done this propaganda, we would say.
Yeah,
right? And
that's the word.
Yeah, I would say that politics does not have to be dirty, right? Okay. We can still be very good friends, but have different opinions, have different ideologies, all for the betterment of heritage.
Yeah. Now, some have it that after the elections, you don't have good connections with them. Is it true?
No,
it's not true. Because I don't believe that statement either. Because I know from a distance, I know you're one of the gentlemen on campus that would really want to have peace. Yeah. So if it is not true, then I'm happy about that. Now, in most of your policies or what you said to get students interested in your administration was one thing that got my attention the most, the scholarship fund. How are you planning to put that into practice?
Okay, and so I would say the reason why we came up with that initiative or policy is because I've had friends, right? And anytime it's time for exams, you see they become distant.
Yeah.
Right? While we are preparing to write a paper, you'd see your friend the whole day, you can't find the person, right? And so I've had about 3 friends who have had to defer their courses because they could not meet the requirement, right? And so I thought it wise that it would be very great and it would be helpful to people like that so that we all have a fair chance to study and then to succeed. And so our plan is to write to people within the heritage community. And if you are watching this, it's my plea to you. If you can support, please do. And your support will go a long way into impacting someone's lives positively. And so first, within the community, we have workers, we have staff, we have faculty, anyone in the community who is ready to donate a CD, right? We will very much be grateful. And again, we are writing to corporate bodies outside and NGOs, right? And so we believe that with the help that we get from God, we'll be able to achieve that. Again, we want to write to religious bodies, and so churches, Muslims, and anyone who is interested in the well-being of another person and is ready to impact that person's life positively. We are writing to such people.
We hope for the best. And there was also thing that I saw about a communique earlier on about restarting the food bank as well, because the food bank was a good project that Heritage had from the 7th administration, and it has had a good feel up on student testimonies about it, and it looks like students really love that. Are we continuing it? How are we continuing it, and when do we look most probably to start it?
And so we are continuing from where the last administration left off. We have had discussions with the Dean of Students, and he has shared some insights with us. And so we are also taking steps to write proposals to corporate bodies and to individuals who donated during the last administration. And so don't worry, very, very soon we'll see the food bag back alive.
I'm not worried, but they're like, when are you starting the project? Because we want to get some things. But do you see it to be something that the SRC should take upon itself? It's not like we are in a Christian environment, we are in a private university, because most of the people have in their back of their head that if you're in a private university, you are rich and you can cater for yourself and all that, right? But I know Heritage is a community that opens its door for all and sundry. We don't discriminate between the poor and the rich. But nonetheless, do you think this should be a hurdle for the SRC to cross off if they have a lot of things to do and concentrate on a food bank to donate to students?
And so I'd say that this should even go beyond the SRC. I think the community as a whole should show interest in this particular initiative. It has really helped people. I know people personally who have benefited from the food bank, and so I think that is something that the entire community should take up upon ourselves.
Okay, awesome. Let's go to your administration and selecting of leaders. Another controversy that sparked up so much in the community pages when we saw your ministers. And I read a comment that says that, if I'm not mistaken, if we walk about on campus, everybody is an executive now. Now you have you have a larger number of people working in the administration. Was it a thank you position, or you actually needed them to work?
And so I believe that our executives, for the next academic year are people who are capable and they are able, people who will do the work very, very well. And so I mean, I hear that, oh, you have recruited your family, your friends, and right.
Was likely to say.
I mean, who is my enemy here on campus? Everyone is my friend, right? And so I wouldn't say it's a thank you or an appreciation to them, but I believe there are people who are ready to learn, who are ready to serve, and who are ready to lead the heritage community for the next year.
But the question is, do you need that a lot of people to achieve your goals, or you could have done it with a smaller number?
Okay, and so with a number, I wouldn't say there are a lot. I mean, the new constitution has so many portfolios, right? And so because of the constitution, we have so many people. What people will talk about is the fact that there are deputies to every position, because we've had instances in the past where we have an executive stepping down and there's no one to take up that role, right? And so to prevent things like this, and also to enhance continuity, right? So that when we are no more, at least there are people who have an understanding of the way things work, right? And so we have deputies for every executive. There are people who are learning and who are also going to support the work.
As I said earlier, you are in the top and toughest position in student leadership here. And often than not, you would have your own vision on how to make things be visible enough for the students, and in return help them, become better versions of themselves and improve academically and all that. How would you manage a conflict where what you have set as a leader and someone bringing his or her idea on board, thinking that he has a good thing to offer, and you also having something that you've set? I know as a leader, you have to set plans, you have to set goals to achieve. How would you manage this conflict of interest when someone brings in his idea that does not correspond to what you have already laid on the table?
And so I would say that I do not have a personal vision or a personal ambition laid down, because when you want to serve people, you put their needs and interests ahead of yours, right? And so whatever vision we have or we share is the vision of a lot of people here on campus, if not all people, right? And so if you have a plan, if there's something you would want us to do, if it's going to benefit the students of Heritage Christian University, then why not? We would consider that and see how best we can go about that, right? But then our priority is the students' needs, the students' consent. And so if you have your selfish ambitions, then I'm very sorry to disappoint you.
That's great. Now, in the university cycle, we put these two things in high priority, because we are in a new generation where we focus so much on these two things. And if you're lacking of any of them, you'll feel like you are not doing too much or even doing too less as an administration. That is academics and entertainment. Now, you've touched on what you want to do academically wise for the student, that is providing them scholarship, trying to make sure that they are well in their minds and their body, and so filling their bellies and all those stuff with the food bank and all. Let's veer off from that and move on to entertainment a bit. What is your plan to make Heritage talkable in the media? What is your plan to make Heritage a fun place to be, despite it being a Christian university? What are you doing differently that would not, even minus the fact that we are a Christian university, but still having premium entertainment? What's the plan?
And so I would say that for a very long time, entertainment in Heritage has been lacking, right? But then we believe that we have to be intentional about entertainment, because there's a saying that work and no play
make Shark and Tall Boy,
right? And so we have introduced the SRC Groovathon, right? And that seeks to provide entertainment to students bi-weekly. And so we have a lot of activities, we have plans laid down. And I think just last Friday we had the launch of the Groovathon. It was
Were you there yourself?
Yeah, I was there.
Did you dance? Hima, did you dance?
They
have evidence. You danced?
Yeah, I danced.
That's wild.
And so I think that we should focus more on what we can do to help our students build themselves. And so academic-wise, yes, but then entertainment as well. We are very intentional about this entertainment here on campus. And so there is the entertainment committee who they are committed, right, to enhancing entertainment here on campus. And so students should just watch out for the plans that we have in store for them.
No, I know very soon you'll be going to the board meetings to meet the big men and women of the school to, tell them what's happening and share your idea about that. How do you feel about that privilege?
Trust me, I'm very nervous. Right? I've been thinking a lot. What do you do? How do you carry yourself about, right? And then I think everything is God. Everything is God. And so with God's help, I mean, they are human beings. They are very nice human beings. And so I have reached out to a few people in the community to seek their advice on what to do and how to carry yourself about. And so I believe that when we get there, we'll cross that river.
We'll cross that river. What is that one wish about your administration that you want it to come to pass?
Yeah, and so I want us to end our administration knowing very well and having the conviction that we have a student body that is united, a student body that is engaging, right? What do we stand to benefit, right? If after leaving office nothing has changed, the students don't care about what happens in the SRC, right? And so it's my prayer that by the time we leave office, we'd have a stronger and more united student body that is ready to do anything it takes to succeed. And so that's one prayer that I have on my heart.
It will come to pass, surely. And one more thing that we touch upon is the other student associations. It is quite often not pleasing to see that people are not vying for positions in the school. And I can't remember during the SRC on too, it was very difficult for people to go for their other portfolios in there. What do you think is lacking in students having interest in wanting to build their leadership confidence and their leadership portfolios whilst they are here? What do you think is the actual problem so that we can touch on how to even solve it?
Yeah, and so I would say that it's how leaders conduct themselves, it's how leaders behave, right? Even me, there was a time in my life where I decided not to enter SRC stuff, right? Yeah, because I felt it became unattractive. Right? And so I think that we should take that upon ourselves to conduct ourselves very well and to best represent the students, right? Once the students see that the SRC is doing something, the SRC is relevant and is helping them, trust me, there are people who would want to show up and then take up positions to continue the good work that you have done. And so I think that is one major challenge, right? And also in Heritage, we are a growing university. And so when you call your friends in other schools and they tell you, oh, maybe at the end of the month I receive an allowance of this for SRC, and then you look at Heritage and you're like, I don't think I'm going to do that. But we'll get there. And
but should you think that it should start? Should money be the focus of occupying positions or being a leader in
not now. Okay. I would say that money, that allowance that is given, those incentives that are given, it's just to motivate the people, it's just to help them also take care of themselves. But I think Heritage hasn't gotten there. Very soon we'll get there. And so for now, let's just do this because of the love we have for Heritage and our desire for us to see Heritage win. And so I think anyone who wants to be a leader here at Heritage should be thinking about the people, should be thinking about what they can do to help the students' body.
Let's talk about prospects. What is your message for them to join the university? Because right now, Ghana has a growing population in the youth, and we see a lot of people graduating from the senior high school into the university. What should that be, that convincing factor for them to choose Heritage?
And so trust me, if you are a young graduate, if you are looking for a place to enroll at the higher education level, then you should be thinking about Heritage. I know people may say, oh, Heritage is not very popular. If I go to Heritage, what would I get? But trust me, if you want to be educated, if you want to receive training that would help you, then you should come to Heritage. Heritage is a very beautiful community where you have lecturers, you have members of staff who are always with you. You can walk up to anyone.
Can you share an experience?
Yeah, and so recently, after lectures, I was going home. And then I got to my junction and I see this lecturer. I'm like, hello, sir, good evening. It's like, oh, get into the car and let's go. We are driving and I'm wondering, hey, how this lecturer just stop
allow
me
you
and
to
allow
be in the
me
car,
to be in this car. And then we get to the junction of my house, and I'm like, oh, say, let me alight here. He's like, oh, no, where is your house? And then he sends me to the house, and we are going, and the road is very bad. And so I'm like, say, I can't drop it. He's like, oh, no, let's go. And then this man sends me right to the gate of my house. I'm like, wow, heritage. I've seen the registrar of the school do that. I've seen the provost do that. And so trust me, heritage has.
It is fun. POV. It is very fun to sit in provost's car.
Yeah.
If you sat in provost's car, trust me, you don't want to get down because he has that kind of welcoming vibe and the selection of music and the talk that you guys have. You would feel that it is great. But we have a lot to do, right? We have a lot of initiatives to do. We have, things to make sure that it is happening in university. And comparably to other schools, whether we like it or not, students are going to compare us to other universities. And you even spoke about the incentive part of it, which is good. We have the Groovathon that is going to happen every week, if God permits. How are we funding this? And I want you to answer in respect to the dues. I know that yes, we are a growing university and we have little amount that we take on dues and all this stuff. What are you doing to make sure that there's enough funds to cater for these expenses? Because it's not easy running an administration, and you can't run an administration with a negative balance as well. So in regards to the dues system, what are you doing different? Okay, and so again, I would say that many times when you come into office, you would want to look outside, companies, corporate bodies and all. But I believe that within the heritage community, there's a lot that you can do. There's a lot of money you can raise, right? And for the very past few weeks, all the things we have done, right, from the cleanup exercise to the Groovathon to the inauguration, right, we have raised funds internally. And so we should look within the community, and there are people who are willing to support. You have to approach them for them to support you, and so it's something that we have taken upon ourselves, and we have had so many meetings with people here in the community. With the deals, I would say I would leave that to Parliament to see what we can do. But what is your desire? And so ultimately, I would wish that the deals were higher. Right, 30 Ghana cedis can't do anything, right? 30 Ghana cedis can't do anything, but probably it would happen after my administration. So we may initiate steps to see an increment in the dues, right? But then I think, given the processes that goes into this, we may not be able to enjoy from that, right? And so it's something that we'll look at. And to our students, if your SRC dues are increased and you see an increase in your school fees, for the love of heritage, please don't complain, right? We have students, they are quick to complain. This is not happening, this is not happening. I met a few level 100 students and they were like, oh, next day we want Blacko to come to the school. With that, exactly. That got me off guard. Exactly. You want Blacko, you want Sako with 30 Ghana cedis. Wow. And so support us, right? Support us, motivate us, involve yourself in everything we do, because we are doing it for you, right? If you organize a program, you do not come, then we are wasting our time, right? And so please, to our students, if you are watching this, involve yourself. If you have concerns, let us know. If maybe we've organized the program in a way and it's something that we are going to do, the Groovathon we organized, I have tasked the organizer to go around to take feedback from the students. It's something that we are committed to do and listening to you. And so if you have any concerns, any suggestions, any ideas that I think would help make the school lively, walk into the SRC office and we would most likely listen to you and then cherish the view that you have and then work towards seeing heritage grow. I'm glad that you have it upon your heart to make sure that there is enough funds there for such initiative like the entertainment aspect. What do you think about setting up an entertainment fund for the SRC? Like, we are not charging anybody any amount. This is the fund that we want to raise. This is the amount that we want to have in the coffers for entertainment, because we have a lot to do. That should even excite you, because I wish I could wake up one day and get to have the notice that, oh, we're having an SRC dinner night and nobody has to pay for tickets, and it is just running based on the fact that you're a heritage student. So look glammed and then come up and then attend all these events. What do you think about an entertainment fund? They will open it to the people and tell them that weekly, monthly, any amount that you want to sow seed to it. We'll be together. How does that idea fit?
It's brilliant, right? And so we would come and see with the other executives and then have a discussion.
Yeah.
But I think it's wonderful. We should have things like that so that anytime there's a program, you don't have to think too much. Because trust me, the just ended Groovathon that we had that people enjoyed. It wasn't easy, right? You wake up, hey, you need to get this, you need to do this. I look at the money we have, I'm like, organizer, can we do something about it, right? And so I think it's brilliant. We should do something.
Let's do it. Let's raise funds in that regard so that we can have more entertainment. But the last words to your people. You know, we're wrapping up with the conversation, and I've enjoyed myself, getting to know this part of you and how you think as well. What message do you have for your people?
Okay, and so to my fellow students here at Heritage, right? We there for you. You too, if you're there for us, and so whatever we do, please involve yourselves. That's all we want, engagement with you. And so please involve yourself in whatever we do. If you have any challenge, any concern, come to us and then we'll see how best to solve them. But please, Heritage is ours, right? If you don't do it, no one will do it for us. If you compare ourselves to other schools, you know what their students do over there, right? And so please, let us see the energy, let's see that engagement, and God is with us, trust me.
God is with us. And that was an interesting conversation I had there with His Excellency EMMANUEL DAMPAH DONKOR. And you all have, had a good experience with him as well. And I know that you've taken one or two nuggets from that. But earlier on, I told you I have a surprise information for you that is about the SHS Career Mentorship Program. So what we are doing is that Heritage has tailored this particular mentorship program for SHS leavers, and all you have to do is pick the numbers on your screen and call us to ask more information. We are training young students to have the experience about Heritage before they even make their next step in the university cycle. And it is just going for a cool 300 Ghana cedis for you to come and stay on campus for 2 weeks, enjoy our Wi-Fi, go to classes, and have some skills to learn from. And we'll be there to moderate everything to make sure you're having the best life in the university cycle before you even register to sign up for Heritage Christian University. Take advantage of this opportunity and be with us. Come and let's make one family joyous. Thank you.